Yeah, I was muted. Good morning, everyone. All right, I need to try something real quick. I added that new redemption, and I need to make sure my bot's still working, so hold with me. One. Did it crash in the middle of that? All right. Hold on, we might have to do some debugging on our bot quick. Why did that only log 3 messages? Yeah, it's Monday morning's off to a glowing start at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't know why. Let me check the logs quick. What repo did I do this in? Twitch. I need to be careful not to dox myself here, or dox my creds. Well, it looks like it's up. The last log was yesterday night. It crashed and came back up. So it looks like it's working. I don't know why that log didn't go through, but YOLO. I have logging on the server, or I have logging to a text file that is basically like I forget how big I let it get, but okay, I feel good enough. We'll wait to see when someone else redeems it to see if it breaks. All right, let's go make a tweet. Let's generate some AI art this morning for our tweet. Oh, I got templating working this weekend. I have the Webpack template spitting out completely. We just got to figure out some better ways to. Hell yeah, that worked beautifully. Imagine if Scottish won his first roll. Good morning, General Concavity. Write a Dolly 3 prompt that captures the essence of writing OCaml, or no, how do we want to say? OCaml and coffee. Generate an image for a Twitch stream titled OCaml and coffee. This is gonna be fun. I'm so glad I built this weekend. It's actually surprisingly easy to write too. It's not. I ended up just writing it in TypeScript because I didn't want to deal with writing my own OAuth stuff for it in native OCaml. Or oh, that's a pretty good image. Or writing bindings in Melange, so I just banged it out quick. It's so hacky. I'll pull up the code quick. I'm gonna have to look it over quick in another on my other monitor before I share it, but I think everything's hidden behind environment variables. So 1 second. OCaml and coffee, and boom, get our camel emoji, and what are we working on today? We are working on improving our templating system and coming up with ways to incrementally update our inject multiple values into our templates. Working our templating system for create melange app and coming up with that. Twitch.tv. Throw that image in. Boom. All right, got our tweet out. All right, let me open up another OS window quick and make sure I can show you guys this code because it's so hacky. I threw it together so fast. Perfect. We're Gucci there. My points will no longer be hydrated till someone gets the keyboard. All right, here's how hacky this code is. I wrote it so fast, and so you guys can see I'm not scamming anybody. We use this library called Twerple. I just literally write my access token to a JSON file. When the app spins up, we create this refreshing auth provider, and we give it a bunch of scopes. This is the ID associated with my Twitch handle. We set up our refresh thing, which literally just writes the new token to the JSON file. We add me to the auth provider. We create a chat client for my room. Connect. We create a pub sub client. And then literally we just connect to on redemption things. And then if the reward title is the one we're looking for, we use our chat client to say blah, blah, blah. We do a little artificial delay. We generate a winning number. And then we generate a rolled number. We check if it's a winner, and then we log it out. So pretty straightforward. But now we can like add any sort of Twitch integration we want that we have like this foundation. So if anyone's got good ideas, I can hack on this whenever I want. Oh, what the hell did I do? Yes, here we go. So we're actually looking pretty good on create melange app too. If we go to create melange app, if we do it from scratch right now, and we say create melange app, we say foobar, let's just say v blah blah blah. We're compiling our templates. So if we look, that made this foobar directory. So let's change directory into foobar. Let's make this full screen. We vim in this directory. We have our package JSON. Look at this. So fucking cool. It worked. Morning, Kyle. Kyle, look at the new 1,000 point redemption. So we got that. It should have generated our Doom project too. Ah, that's interesting. That's a bug. But everything else looks good in here. We got foobar here. Yeah, everything's looking great. We gotta fix this though. That's fine. So if we come in here, we go to our, where is it? It's in our templates, and we go to our base. It's in here. Yeah, here we go. You got any calls and emails? I'm going into detail. How about that, Kyle? I gotta fix that third log. Good morning, Alcaeus. 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 All right, so our templates are looking pretty good.
Functions describe the
We
world.
got to figure out how we're going to get to a point. So the thing I need to solve right now is when we have multiple configuration options that have to update the same template. So imagine like this is hard coded. Like our base package JSON right now is hard coded to be Webpack, which is not what we want. But we also might also have other configuration options that need to update our package JSON or our Dune project. So I'm trying to think about the best way to have multiple configuration options work on the same template. So that's what we want to think through this morning. By the way, the webcam issue is still here as far as I know. What webcam issue? My webcam freezes sometimes. Yeah, actually my bit rate is dog water this morning for some reason. I think it probably has to do with my VPN. Wouldn't the odds be if both numbers are 10K and they are both rolled randomly? I don't think so, right? Because you still, regardless of what the first number is, on the second roll, like the second roll is not dependent on the first roll, right? Regardless of what the first roll is, you still have a 1 in 10,000 chance of rolling whatever the first number is. Right? Am I wrong? Am I thinking about that wrong? Let's ask ChatGPT. Yeah, my bit rate is dog water. Well, let's go look at Twitch. And let's go look at source. And let's just be like, yo, ChatGPT. Whoops. Yoink. Is this code actually making a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning? See? It's because if the second dice was dependent on the first one, it would be 1 in 20,000, but what do you want from me? I wrote this in like 30 minutes and then figured out how to deploy to Fly.io. It's not 0.005%, correct? Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm right. Well, I am open to improvements in the script run. If you feel slighted by my math.random. All right, I'm open to changing the code, chat. If we have strong feelings on this, I'm very fine with coming up with a better way of doing this. That being said, I think it's a pretty random. Math.random's not perfect, but for generating this situation, I think it does okay. All right. So we need to update this template. Let's have actually ChatGPT do this because ChatGPT is probably going to know a lot about handlebars. Can you update this handlebars template to take to fill in the dependencies sections using a dynamic object? Damn, my freaking bitrate is dropping real bad. I'm dropping about 12.5% of my frames, which is really bad. I mean, I can try killing this script and see if it helps. Might have helped a little bit. No, our bitrate's still struggling this morning. Handlebars is a templating DSL. It came from Ember, I think, or at least the people that made Ember. Also, I missed some follows. I've been so preoccupied watching people roll. Absolutely Bonobo, thank you for the follow. And VatZQZ1, appreciate y'all. Yeah, this is handlebars. How does this keyword work? What would the value / object passed to the template look like?
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow. Lost your name here. Schenkel and Axemanic1. Appreciate y'all.
Describe the world.
I don't understand how this works. Whatever, we'll rock with it. I think that's probably right. Handlebars has been along around for a long time. My life's goal is to win this keyboard. I'm glad you guys are having fun with it. That was the intent. And I'm straight up going to use the little bit of money that I get from subs to cover the cost of it when somebody inevitably hits. So let's yoink this, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to paste that. And let's do the same thing for scripts. We're going to come in here and say, oh God. All right. We might need to have put on some like no, it's all good. This is good. This is good. We're finding the pain points here, chat. Yeah. Let's all right. Let me go figure out how to fix this. Let's go to my creator dashboard, and we're gonna go to, yeah, we're testing in prod. Listen, we just looked at the code. Everybody saw it. Ron got angry because I used math.random, but otherwise the audit passed, I think. Channel points. How do I update the alerts? I might have to go to stream elements for that. Listen, I think that for throwing this script together in 30 minutes, this should pass an audit. Here's the code, everybody. If everyone wants to just take a good hard look at how the redemption system works, right here's the whole block of code while I figure out how to change the how do I log into this thing? I'm logged in. Dashboard. No, go to my dashboard. Thank you. Let's see here. Overlays, edit. Then, oh my God, y'all are ridiculous. Alerts. How do I do this? Settings. Is it this thing? No, that's not it. Subscriber alert, cheer alert. Where does this come from? I actually have no idea which one of these things. Item redemption? Where does this fracking come from? Do I have it in here? Edit alerts. Okay, this might be it. Okay. Redemption rewards due. I just have to do it through like two different. Here we go. All right, this is the one we need to edit. How do I edit this variant? I didn't want to figure out the ID. I don't know how to figure out the ID. I didn't want to do it quick. Alert any channel point redemption. I feel like rather than this, I should just put a cooldown per person on it, right? Because most of the time people aren't going to be spamming it, except for today. You're right, General Concavity. We need to hire a Scrum Master, a PM. We're gonna implement the Agile. Actually, not even just Agile. We should use the scaled Agile framework. I don't know if any of you have had to work in Safe, but where's the good one? Right here. And I don't know if anyone follows Yanni on Twitter. Oh my God, are we really gonna do this? Hold on. Yanni scaled Agile framework. Twitter. The Agile trolley problem. Here, let's go look. I want to show you guys a real version of Safe because it is absolutely the most disgusting thing in the world. Can I get this? I had to work with Safe when I worked at State Farm, and it is an abomination. Look at this thing. Does anyone know how to digest this chart? This is the opposite of Agile. Then the funny tweet that I was getting ready to share is this one. I used to work with Yanni. The Agile trolley problem. The release train approaches. Do you choose to kill the solution or the customer? I think this is hilarious, especially as someone who's had to work in this system. It's Dylan from State Farm. Fun fact, I met Jake from State Farm. All the actors in the State Farm commercials are actual State Farm employees. Their headquarters is in Bloomington Normal, Illinois, which is where Illinois State University is at. And the actor Jake, he used to work in one of the big call centers in Bloomington. He got fired for a DUI, and then he went to work at this bar called Pub 2. And Pub 2 used to be like one of the top college bars in the country. Regardless, so when I was an intern at State Farm, he had already been fired, and he was bartending at Pub 2. And they have his pants framed in like a glass frame on the wall of Pub 2 with an autograph on it. And there's a picture of me with him in front of his pants at Pub 2 somewhere. All right, I missed some questions here by Shanky. What is a good use for OCaml in your opinion as the OCaml guy, and when would you want to avoid it? So that's a good question, actually. I would turn to OCaml for most things I build. So I generally am working in things like web apps, both front end and back end, CLIs. I don't really go much lower than that. I think OCaml really shines for that that kind of group of work. That being said, it can be a little Spartan if there's not existing packages. You might have to write some of your own stuff, but that's just like part of growing a ecosystem, right? For example, I wrote this script, this like Twitch bot in TypeScript because I didn't want to go and rewrite a bunch of OAuth code for Twitch in OCaml because there's not a OCaml Twitch client. At some point, I will probably write that and contribute it back to the ecosystem, but like I didn't want to take a week on stream of just working on writing another OAuth client. So I just whipped this out quick in TypeScript in like 30 minutes, where this would have taken me like a week in OCaml because we would have had to write the foundations from scratch. Yeah, I think for most serious things, I would still defer to OCaml. Like if this were a real prod thing, I would have taken the time to work on a real OAuth library and get it knocked out. Yeah, we're releasing, so my plan on stream, release the MVP of Create Melange app, go back to OCaml playlist transfer, get that CLI finished up and released, polish up both the Spotify and Apple SDKs, publish them to OPAM, and then probably come back to making Create Melange app more featureful. And that will probably honestly take us to like February worth of work. So we've got a ton of stuff to do. I'm gonna go grab a rag to clean my glasses real quick, chat. I'll be right back. Does anyone know if it's possible to learn the coding part of building a trading algorithm in 30 days with only basic knowledge of coding? I mean, just pick your algorithm and just break it down to the smallest steps possible and then implement that from the ground up. If you know how to write some basic code, I think you could do it in 30 days. How do you compare F# to OCaml? I haven't written F#. F# looks a lot like OCaml. They're very similar. I've heard people compare or make the analogy where it's like Java or OCaml is to F# as Java is to C#. What up, Leo? What up, 6412? Nah, I will probably do a bunch of Advent of code when I'm at my family's house in Pennsylvania for Christmas, and just like on days or times I can't stream when I'm with my family. But I'm more excited to work on Create Melange app than work through some algorithm puzzles. I'd rather build real stuff on stream. There's plenty of other streamers doing this in OCaml now, which is super dope. So I don't feel like I'm adding that much value, and I'm less excited about it than this. So I figure people can get their kick from others. DM, I watched one of the Dune Dev stream in the morning. Who can you link that person's Twitch handle? I would love to hang out and watch them stream. I wouldn't say that, Count Orin. I would say they're about the same. They're very similar in their principles and how they're written. All right, let's get back to Create Melange app. We need to figure out how the this keyword works. How does the this keyword work? I owe Ethan a caffeinate. And also fixing my posture. Ugh. In handlebars templates, the this keyword is used to reference the current context object. When you're inside a block, such as each or with, this refers to the current item or object in that context. Here's a breakdown how this works in different scenarios. Sure. So like this is plucking the value. All right. So we're gonna want to build a system where we want to have like this type that collects we'll want a package JSON template module of some kind, and it's going to collect a map of key value pairs for scripts, dependencies, and dev dependencies. And we'll do something super similar for our Dune project. And then if we have multiple configuration options to get parsed from the wizard, they can effectively go together. And we're going to have to figure out how to deal with conflicts if we ever do have conflicts. I don't think we will, but we'll have to think about that. Then we can say yeah, I guess we just do the same thing there. Let's see if we can just like hack this together quick for Webpack. So assuming this works, let's vsplit and let's go over to our, what do I have in here? I don't know if we're gonna use that or not. Scaffold. So how does this work? Let's remind ourselves. When our compiled templates component mounts, we call template.compileAll, okay? Which just means we look at our generated directory, find all the files that has .tpl as the extension, and pass our configuration to it. Right. So somewhere in here, we're gonna wanna enrich the object that gets passed to our compilation. This value needs to get enriched. How long have you been writing OCaml? I've been writing OCaml for about a year now. I wrote my first line of OCaml last November in an interview for my current company. I guess I didn't even write it. I read it. I had to figure out where a bug was in OCaml code that I'd never seen before. And then I started playing with it on and off through December. I did a little bit of advent of code in OCaml last year. And then like sometime around the end of February, I started working on my OCaml playlist transfer tool in the mornings, and I hadn't started streaming yet. So a lot of last year I was still working in the mornings, watching other streamers, working on learning OCaml in the mornings. And yeah, here we are. I felt upset about the quality of my OCaml array. He thinks quite neatly and effortlessly. I think, well, I feel like, what am I trying to say? I've definitely noticed like in the past 2 months or so, I'm starting to like adopt a style for writing OCaml, and I'm definitely heavily influenced by some of my coworkers. But like I can feel myself adopting patterns of how to solve problems. Like I was really, really happy with how my day 2 in Advent of Code came out, and that's generally how I would approach writing real OCaml code. Like if we look at my problem 2, I was so happy with how this came out. I basically made structs for all my types, had utility functions on them. Oh, he lives on Jane Street? Who is Jane Street? What are we talking about? I live on Jane Street? He Jane's on street. But yeah, so I basically just made modules for each of my types, and just broke the problem down really small. I wrote a parser module with the help of Leo. This is still like one of the coolest things I've written in OCaml. And then my part 1, I just broke the problem down into these tiny functions where we say we're going to parse our input, we're going to map over sum, when we call our accumulator, we just keep filtering the whole way down to like the smallest problem we can make it, and it's just these itty bitty tiny functions that do one thing, and it's just like so clean. And just by abstracting our problem into these tiny little types with helpers, like it just comes out so clean. And like even part 2, like look how clean part 2 came out too. I had a ton of fun. This is some of my favorite OCaml code I've ever written. And like this is the style of OCaml I like to write, if that makes sense. So yeah. Oh, I just killed my entire terminal. Idiot. See you, man. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So let's think about how we want to model our templates now. We have this template file. So maybe it's worth doing something like, yeah, maybe it's worth making, let's say we have a module type S, sig. I'm not building a full, I wouldn't call it a templating engine. I'm building some light abstractions around handlebars templating engine. So essentially the problem I want to solve right now, Leo, is we have some known templates in this directory. So we have really just 2 right now. We have a Dune project.template and a package.json.template. And we have this configuration option, which we build up from running our wizard that has, right now this is all has on it, but there will be more to our configuration over time. So right now, the only things that really impact our template are the bundler and the name. And depending on these 2 options, we need to inject different values into our templates. For example, the Webpack one needs to inject obviously like different build scripts and different dev dependencies into package.json, where if we had Vite, it would be, you know, the other way around. So I'm thinking that we make like a module type to describe like a template, right? And I think actually Copilot was kind of going down the right path here. If we go back, let's just say we have like a type T, and then we have a val compile, which will take a whoops, forgot my T. T compile takes a T and returns compile takes a string and returns a result. So this is just going to return a result, right? This will be unit string result. So that's like really all a template needs, right? And let's pretend we have like our module. We might be able to functorize this at some point, but let's not worry about functors right now. So how do you describe the inputs to the template? Right now, we just pass our configuration type to the templating thing, which is a record. And this is all getting compiled to JavaScript by Melange behind the scenes, by the way. Definitely not the most effective thing in the world. So our Webpack, right, is going to have, actually, no, we don't want to, we want a thing to describe each template. So our template would be like package JSON, right? So that would be a template. And our type T on package JSON would be like, we would have scripts, which could be a string list. And then we would have dependencies, also string list, dev dependency, string list. And then we would need a way to or maybe it would be a map. Because I don't know how passing a association list to this would work. Yeah, it is, the bot is working. And then like Dune would be like something like module Dune project, right? Its type T would just be dependencies or depths. And that would be a string by string option list, right? Because if we look at our Dune project, you don't have to give, I guess that would be depends, not depths. You don't need to give a version here. So we eventually need to get it to, how do we need to do this? Let me think on this, chat. I'm gonna run and get my my coffee pot ready for the next cup of coffee because we are already getting low. When I get back, we're gonna think about how we convert, how we model a template file as a OCaml struct, and then how we want to distill that down to a JavaScript object. So I will be back here shortly. And if anyone has some good ideas, let me know. I fucked up my mic. I don't even know where I have my volume. Whatever. We'll fix that. All right, we've got, shoot, I think I fucked up my mic. How's my voice sound, chat? Am I gaining too much? Or are we good? The math is still 1 in 10,000 because they're independent events. Here, watch. We'll go figure this out quick. Again. So explain the statistics behind rolling a die twice. The first roll will set the rolling a 10-sided die twice. The first roll will set the winning number for the second roll. What are the chances of rolling a win on the second roll? Okay, let's go find some real stats then. Let's go to Khan Academy. Surely has something on this. In fact, we can probably just do the math, right? What is it? Bayes' theorem should be able to answer this. All right, let's just see what ChatGPT says here. To understand the statistics behind rolling a 10-sided die twice, where the first roll sets the winning number for the second roll, let's break down the scenario. When you roll a 10-sided die with faces numbered 1 through 10, there are 10 possible outcomes, each equally likely. This roll sets the winning number. To win, you need to roll the same number as the first roll. Since the die has 10 sides, the probability of rolling any specific number, including the number set as the winning number, is 1 out of 10. The crucial point to understand here is the outcome of the first roll doesn't affect the probability of the second roll. They're independent events. No matter what number is rolled first, the probability of rolling that same number again on a fair 10-sided die remains constant at 10%. So if I picked a number, let's say 7272 as the winning number, it would still be the same odds every single time. Dice roll statistics. So we had 2 dice. Can I set the number of sides on the dice? I don't think I can. Here. Yeah, look. Right there's the answer. See, we're right. We'll even say 1, 2, 3. Oh, am I wrong? I don't think. The answer for 1. Die should have at least 2 faces. What is the no 1 die? Total number of dice. Hold on, this is really confusing to set. The sum, all dice values equal, higher. God, I got freaking gunk in my eye here. Sorry, chat. Okay. If someone wants to give me better algorithm for our dice roll, I'm open to it, but I think it's fine. Okay. Hold on. Statistics of rolling dice. I still think it's a 1 in 10,000 because they're independent events, right? Like, if I sat here and, all right, let's pretend no one has ever played the game before, right? You come to me and I say, I'm going to come up with a random number between 1 and 10,000, inclusive. And here's a 10,000 sided die. I have the number in my head, or in fact, it doesn't even matter if it's in my head. The number I'm picking is 1,000. Go ahead and roll. You have a 1 in 10,000 chance of hitting that. Now, me changing that number for the next roll doesn't impact the statistics at all. Like, it's still going to be a 1 in 10,000. So that first dice roll has nothing to do with the second one, other than setting the 1 in 10,000 chance. Okay, I'm curious to see. Let's pull up the melange docs, because at some point we're going to need to model our dependency, right? This has a name too. This is going to have a name. That'll be a string. This is going to have a name, which will be a string. What do we do wrong here? So that's good there. Let's just say we have a let set name. Let's say make. Let's just let make, and we'll get name scripts dev dependencies, and let's say let add script. Add script. Yeah. Add script, and it'll just be a script, and then we'll have our package JSON, and we'll say let scripts. In fact, we don't even need to do that. We can just say with scripts package JSON.scripts. Can we do that? If we don't have a typo? This would be scripts equals. What did I do wrong here? Let x equals scripts append to package.json.scripts. Oh, it's, yeah, okay. It's not plural. All right, so then we can say, we can basically do the others. Add dependency, and then, in fact, we should go check our association list API, OCaml.org, standard library. We want to look at do we want to make an association list? So maybe we make a string map, right? So let's say module string map is going to be map.make, and it'll be a string. So now we have this string map, and we can change this to being a string map. String map dot, string map dot t. So let's say we do that. What does it expect? I guess it'd be string. Is that what it wants? The value? Yeah. So let's say down here then, it would be, yeah. Okay. I think it's going to be easy to turn a string map into a JavaScript object when it comes to pass it to handlebars. Add key data m returns a map containing the same bindings as m plus a binding of key to data. If key was already bound in m to a value that is physically equal to data, m is returned unchanged. Physically equal, that's like referential equality. Otherwise, the previous binding of key disappears. Okay, that is what we want. Yeah, sick. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. We'll use a string map for all these. Why can't I change the semicolon? Does everyone see that? CT semicolon. Okay, I must have just been fat fingering something, of course. Dev dependencies. Mel.as dev dependencies. Okay. Kyle, are you still here? Kyle. Did anyone do anything up at camp? I haven't talked to anybody. What did we do wrong here? This looks right? That's no different than our other ones. There we go. I don't know what I did wrong there. Add dependency. Oh, shit. Right. This will be name. Let's just do like name and version. And this will be name version. There we go. That's what we want to do. Name version. Name. Whoops. And then script is going to have, this is going to be name, and it will be script. There we go. That's what we want. Then we want like 2 JavaScript, 2 JS obj, which I don't know how we're going to do that yet. Let's go look at the melange docs quick, and we want to communicate with JavaScript, and let's look at objects here. Jake Markey got a 6 point and a Coyote. Mike Markey got an 8 point. Nate Kopp, 8 point. Joey Markey, Coyote. A few others got dough, 2 or 3. I'm actually curious if we dump this into Melange Playground, what happens? Dang. Was it still a good time? Was my dad alright? Is he on good behavior? Morning, Nightshade. How you doing, buddy? All right, I'm actually curious if we, let's just write, this is gonna take a package, and we'll say, let's just js.log, js.json, or is it global? js.global.json. Well, I guess we can just log package, right? Finish day 2. Grats, Nightshade. I actually enjoy reading your Erlang code a lot. Brian just said split on binary, that fixed it. I dig it. I could get down with writing Elixir or Erlang professionally if I had to. So let's actually write a function here where we, I just want to see what the actual output of this is going to be. So let's say let package equals package json.make, and we'll say name will be foo, and then let's just say scripts will be string map.empty. God, I hate not having Vim key bindings. Scripts dependencies will be string map.empty, and then dev dependencies will also be string map.empty in. Okay. Make foo string map. Okay, and now we want to say package JSON dot, let's just say log rather than that, dot log, and then we'll say package. And we get some console output. 0. That's interesting. So what if we actually say, let's just say, let's add a dependency. Let dependencies equal string map dot empty, and then we pass that to string map dot, well, actually we can say, we have functions to do this on our package. So we can say let package equal package JSON dot add dependency. The name will be foo. The version will be 0.0.1, and we pass in package, right? In. Yeah, so we need a way to just serialize this to a JSON object better. This isn't the representation we want. Okay, that confirms our suspicions. We have a working baseline. So let's figure out how to turn this into a Have you done anything yet with OTP, Nightshade? Like doing like really, like put advent of code aside, like playing with like distributed stuff with Erlang? I'd be really curious about your experiences with that. I know Leo is a huge Erlang fan.
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Remsaji. Appreciate you hanging out with us and choosing to spend your time here. Appreciate you. It's actually, camera's actually looking pretty good on lighting here. Let me get a bit warmer. You probably bump that to there now. Dig it. Perfect. So how do we convert this string map into a JavaScript object? Yeah, here we go. Objects with dynamic shapes. JS dict. Ah, we have a dict, of course. Gotta use the dict. Ah, so maybe we should keep it as an association map. Unless, does the map thing have to list? I bet this thing has a frackin' to list or something on here. To list. Key A. That's what our record wants. Let's go, chat. So, this is gonna be so cool, I think. Where did that just go? We want that over here. And let's make that full screen. So let's write our actual let to JS obj, JS dict, and we'll take a package and we'll say, what is that API again? Dict. Is there an empty on here? Empty, yep, okay. So we can come here and we can say, where's Melange Playground? We'll say let obj equal js.dict.empty in. We should be able to just return that now. Yep, okay, and then we can say, we can probably do this real nice by building up a little pipeline here, and we can say our empty dict, and then we say js.dict.add, and what does add take? There's gotta be an add, right? Set, and it'll be name to package.name. And then we can say, what is this upset about? Why is that upset about set? Isn't that right? What are we doing wrong here, chat? What are we doing wrong? It takes an A. Takes a key. If I do that, does it get better? What in the world? All right, well, before we write the pipe, we can just do this in order. We'll say let obj that equals, and then we'll say in, and then we'll say let obj equal js.dict.set obj name package.name in. Is this a function? Ah, it's not just a straight up value. That was our problem, chat. So we'll say js.dict.empty that, and then we can drop down to the next line, and we'll say js.dict.set, and we'll say name, and it'll be package.name, and then we'll say, actually we can just get rid of all that. Did we not just fix this? This expression has type string, but an expression was expected of type dict. Is this the problem with like pipe first, last? Pipe first. Is this the operator I have to use? God, that's so annoying. Sure, whatever. We'll just use that operator. It's fine. Just.dict.set. This will be dependencies. Dependencies. And that'll be package. That'll be string map dot to list package dot dependencies. What did I do wrong here? That seems right, doesn't it? All right, forget doing the pipeline for now. I just want to get this working. And we'll set obj. And then we'll say in let obj equal, bump this back up a line. And this will be obj. Jump to the end of the line here, in, and then we'll return obj. Ah, damn it. How it is restricted to hold a single type. That sucks. What is our solution to this sort of dynamism? What would be the best way to express this type in Melange? Is there a JSON module? Because we can probably just pass JSON in. Yeah. Ah. Maybe this is our solution here. Yeah, the problem is this is dynamic. How would I handle the keys of dependencies being dynamic? Yeah, I suspected that was probably the problem thus. So does that mean my sets are, these are units?
Functions describe the world.
Yeah, okay. So that works like the hash map. We have, what are they, sparse maps? OCaml. It's not sparse. What is it called? It's heterogeneous. Heterogeneous, right? So we're gonna have to figure out, can I pass? Thank you for the follow, Darius, and I think I missed you, Remsaj, if you're still here. Appreciate both of you choosing to spend your time with us. Can I pass JSON as the value to a handlebars template? Okay. Okay. That's going to be how we do this. We're going to convert it to JSON. Or we just make like a heterogeneous map. Heterogeneous map OCaml. Yeah. We could crib the basics of this. HMap provides heterogeneous value maps for OCaml. These map bind keys to values with arbitrary types. Keys witness the type of the value they are bound to, which allows to add and look up bindings in a type-safe manner. It is God, what is my 2K? Whatever that resolution is. We're on this monitor, 2560 by 1440. So how do they build this type? Like, this isn't crazy. So if we really needed to, we could do this, but I think we're going to be able to convert to JSON just fine. I think that's going to end up working, and we'll be okay. So let's say down here, let's add to JSON, and it's going to take a package, and just return a unit. And let's actually go through these functions and rename package JSON to PKG. Okay, so we get this. And then we have js.json.stringify. So we'll say let JSON equal js.json.empty or make. How do we just make an empty? Decode object or encode? Can we encode an object? No, we want to go to the API. What is a tag T? So this is saying we do this, and we're going to do js.dict.empty, and we'll say js.dict.set obj, and then we'll say name, and JSON string package.name. Yeah, okay, this is how we're going to do it. That's not right. We want to say, in this one, let's just say let this equals, it's going to be like string map dot toList package dot scripts, and then we pipe that to do we just make that another dict? Is that how we would do it, right? It would be like let scripts to so now it's a list, and we say js.dict from list. Is that, can we do that? Yeah. Right? And let's just return a unit quick. So now we have this JS dict. So we'll say changing word scripts, and then it'll be, yeah. Wait, what? What? .json dot object decode object? No, object. Object dict makes a JSON object of the js.dict. Isn't that what we want? This expression is type string dict, but an expression was expected of JSON. Oh, son of a bitch. From this really grinds my gears. Okay, it's gonna be so stupid. Function key value. Key value. All right, give me 1 second to finish writing this, Badger. And then we should be able to pass that into that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, now we can say wow. So let's just add like a utility in here, and let's say let it's about time to stand anyways. Don't tell Justine that, Vincer. Justine's got beef with Nightshade. I guess we can just do this for each of them, and it's fine. I don't really care. Just to get this done. And then finally, boom. And then we say, yeah. And then we say, yeah. There we go. Does this return a unit? No, it doesn't. Okay. There's our JSON object. As annoying as that was, that's how we're going to have to do it. All right. So that looks pretty good, chat. So can I say this implements S by adding a compile function? We'll just come in here like yeah, okay. Okay, this isn't bad. This is close to what we want. So then let's also add a template has a name. That'll be a val. So let's say the name will be package.json dot template. In fact, we don't even need that. All right, so we have this OCaml module that represents a template. What are the things we need to do with the template? We need to be able to read. This is where a functor might be useful. So what would it look like to make this into a functor? Let's say we don't have this compile. And let's say it wouldn't need to JSON. What would it end up looking like? Some Avril? Let's go, chat. Maybe it doesn't need to be a functor. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be a functor. Let's not overcomplicate things. So then we can say file name. How does fs.read file name work? File path. Okay. That might need to read from our directory. So let's say then compile all get template file name. Let's write a compile v2. What year did this come out? I'll let you. Skater Boy came out in 2002. I would have been 9. Yeah, I would have been 9. What is happening? Ah, shit, caps is on. So here we would take a v2, And we'll say it's going to take a value and a file name still. But instead, we're going to do some of the work that compile all is doing. We're going to get get template file names. We have the template name. We just need the directory. How do we want to do this? So we have this, and we say, wrecked by Nightshade. What up, Darren? I'm thinking in here we do we say let's change this, and let's say this is going to be file name, and then we'll say let file path equals node.path. Yep, we want to do that, and then here we'll change this to file path. We'll do that. Sure, that looks fine to me. And now in our compile function, we can say let contents equal will be fs dot read template, and it'll be package dot name in. Then we get our, we need to compile it. Yeah, we basically want to take something like this, right? Let's yoink that quick and come down here and paste the rest of that in here, because that's going to be really similar to what we want to do. This will be package.name, and then we get the contents, we compile it, we add our template, and our value is going to be our JSON string. In fact, we should just say that toJSON is going to stringify it on the way out. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll say that's JSON. We'll pass JSON in there. And then when we write the template, write file, what does this do? File name content. We're going to slice the dot template off of it. In fact, this will actually be it will be, oh, we read the template. So this isn't in the template anymore. We're having some confusing language here, and I'm screwing up. So this is going to say read template. This is going to be dir and file name. And then this will be just dir. Right? And then we'll say dir is going to be equal to package.name, and then it'll be name. We need to do build. So that's good. Then write template is going to take basically the same thing, right? It's going to take a dir and then a file name. Dir will be package.name, and we're going to write the file name, which will be name compiled contents. And then let's say, yep. This will not be name, this will be path. And that's going to be the template. And then our template is defined as package.json.template. Yep. Okay. I think that works pretty well. So we can get rid of this now. We can comment this, which is that's going to cause type errors elsewhere, but that's okay. Let's ignore unused stuff right now. So we're going to ignore error 32. And yep, I think, yep, okay. So now we need to go back to our template in scaffold. And let's make this full screen, drop that down. So down here, yeah, so we want to keep that interface. I like that interface. We just pass our configuration to some template module, and then that takes care of it under the covers. I like that. So, okay. I think we're heading down a good path here, chat. I think I release number. Hey, Kyle, are you free today to take a call about some YouTube stuff? Well, it's too bad. All right, let's aim to jump on like a Discord call at like I guess like when I'm done streaming, like in an hour. Let's get high as fucking. So in our compile all chat, we basically, let's start by building up we'll do this like the naive way first, and then we'll think about how we can maybe design this a little bit better. So actually, let's just comment this block, or yank that, and then comment it out, and we'll write another one, and we'll keep that for reference. And we can delete all of this, and let's just say we'll return our unit still. And then here, let's say package JSON will equal package JSON dot make. That should have a make function, right? Oh. T name compile. Right. Whatever, we can get rid of S for now. Let's not try to get too clever. Let's just get shit working. So we'll say that, and we'll say make, and it needs name. It'll have configuration. Or no, it has, what does that have? It has a name. In fact, we should just have it empty, right? Rather than a make. Let's just say this does let empty. Yeah, there we go. We'll come down here and say empty. And then down here we'll say well, immediately we can say, let's just create a nice little pipeline here. We'll say drop this down, find I, change, jump down to the next line, and we'll say, let's bump that back. It's like some weird formatting. We'll say package JSON dot add. Oh, we need to set the name. I don't think we have a name setter. We don't. We'll say let set name. Yeah, that's what we want. Set name. Now let's just return our package JSON for now. So we pipe that in, and then we want to say we can have something like we could have like a module package JSON template, and then like what would you call, like, it's like an enrichment. So let's say we have like this child module in here. Let's go down here and say we have like module enrichment, module type. No, we'll say module enrichment, and it'll be a struct end, and we'll say this is going to have a module type S, and it should return will be a unit. So let's say we did that, right? Right, that needs to be the word. Or maybe it returns. So there's a couple ways we could do this. We could have like an enrichment module, which would end up looking like we would implement our enrichment interface by doing like webpack implements enrichment dot s equals struct end, right? And then we would have like this let scripts equal string map dot empty. Let's go look at, no, we don't want that. Close that, close that. Let's split a terminal window. That's not what I wanted. Let's split to the side. And over here, let's go to, we should have, I guess we should just go to GitHub. I'm trying to grab the OCaml template from Melange. Yeah, right here, because they have build scripts already written for their, yeah. So we want to copy that. We can close that. And then we say, string map add build, or I guess that'll be bundle. And then we can come over here and we can steal this, right? Let's get rid of this for now. Then we'll say again, we'll have serve string map dot add, and it'll be serve. And serve will be, we'll just copy this. And these might have to change, but that's okay for now. And then we want to say let dependencies equals string map empty, and it will be React string map add. And it'll be React, and we'll say React will be 18.0.0, and then we will pipe that again into string map dot add. That should bump us down to the next line. We'll say React DOM, and that will be 7 or 18 again. 18.0.0, and then we want to basically do the same thing but for dev dependencies, and this will be webpack, and this will be 5.73.0 webpack CLI. Lord Goosifer, thanks, bro. Yeah, I have a point redemption for actually playing 30 seconds of straight to keyboard, and then I also have a point redemption to try to win a the same keyboard I have. And if you win, I'll ship it to you. And yeah. All right, so that looks good. And then we need to have like this let enrich. Yeah, there we go. So then we need like this merge function, right? So if we go up to line 24, we can say this is going to be an enrichment.s now. Yeah, there we go. I like the way this is working. Thank you for the follow, Heartwind. I appreciate you. Appreciate you choosing to spend your time here. All right, so we have our Webpack enrichment, and now we need like this merge function, right? So let's say we have let merge, and that's going to take package A and package B, and we're going to that's not how we want to do it. Let's just return a unit for now. We're always going to take package A's. We'll call this a merge enrichment. And this will be our enrichment. And this will be our package, right? And we'll say, oh, this actually looks like it's what we want. If we do a union F M1 M2 computes a map whose keys are a subset of the keys of M1 and of M2. When the same binding is defined in both arguments, the function f is used to combine them. So I guess we should always take the enrichments, right? Good morning, Justine.
I accidentally overslept.
So, is that a problem?
I have a meeting in like 5 minutes.
Well, I said it was worth it.
Did you see the pictures?
Of what?
Gus fell asleep. Like, I sent him, yeah. He was so cute.
Aww.
But then watch the video because Gus was asleep next to me.
Which
and
one?
Baxter, they're both funny.
Can I play them on stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, chat, here's some cute dogs. Okay, let's play this. I guess we accidentally doxed some phone numbers, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just...
What do you think covering my screen is gonna
I don't know
hide
why.
it? I'll just move it over. Doesn't really matter.
But yeah, so Baxter was asleep on Gus. Gus is asleep, eyes kind of open, mouth open, snoring.
Ridiculous.
The other video is basically the same thing. I was just trying to get other angles. The paw was really cute.
So
It
ridiculous.
is so ridiculous.
I hate his sweater.
I love his sweater. Wait, Gus, come here. Let's show everybody.
Alright, look at this chat. This is ridiculous.
Let's show everybody. Ah!
Bodie down. Pick him up.
I'm trying.
I see you, big man. This is one of the dogs. We dog sit for Rover, and he comes wearing sweaters, and they're absolutely ridiculous.
His name is Gus.
Absolutely ridiculous, chat.
He's a Christmas present.
Chat says hi, Gus.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Hello.
So what's this saying here? We're gonna union. We get a string, and a string.
Are you doing Advent of Code?
No. I'm doing
I brought you a new candle too.
So this is the key, right? This will be the key. This will be, is this M1's? Oh, there is a merge. I guess we should just go look at the freaking map doc, shouldn't we? Read the fucking manual, of course. Let's go look at the standard lib, and we'll say standard library, map. Where are the actual functions? Order type, map.make. Here we go. Merge f m1 m2 computes a map whose keys are a subset of the keys of m1 and of m2. The presence of each such binding and the corresponding value is determined with the function f. In terms of the find opt operation, we have find opt x, merge f1. Wait, what? So we get a key, we get the value for that key in A, we get the value for that key in B, and then we return the actual value. So that's not quite what we want, right? I think we do want union. Union f m1, m2 computes a map whose keys are a subset of keys of m1 and m2. When the same binding is defined in both arguments, the function f is used to combine them. This is a special case of blah, blah, blah. So we still need to handle this isn't exactly what we want, right? Value A, or this will be enrichment value. And then we'll have package value. And then in our function, we want, in here we say, string map dot I guess we always take the enrichments value, right? We should always take the enrichments value. That's what we want. Some enrichment value. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Because like if we enrich the package JSON and we have a key collision on scripts, like we have to pick one. We might as well take the enrichment without getting into, like, we're not going to have any collisions right now. Like, we're controlling all of this, so it doesn't matter. So let's copy this same function. And this is just going to be, that'll be dependencies and package dependencies. And we'll copy the same thing.
I filled your water here.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to work. Bye.
Bye. So now we can merge an enrichment.
Come on. Let's go, everybody. Dell, you want your door shut?
Yes, please.
All right, buddy, come on. Winnie, you can go in. Go ahead.
Come on, Win. Good girl. So now we have an enrichment, and we have this compile all. All right, so let's keep working through this now. We have a way to compile our enrichment. We set our configuration name. Let's get our package JSON enrichments. I guess, yeah, that's fine. And now we'll say, let's switch on, well, we can just for now, since we're only doing Webpack, we'll get let Webpack, in fact, we'll say, what do we want to do here? We want to match configuration.bundler with Webpack, merge and merge. And we'll go down. Package JSON dot Webpack. That takes a, we just need the application operator. Okay. There we go. Y'all see how this is going to work here? In fact, this should be, that should be in here. And we can go there, delete, find dot. And now we're going to come down here. This will be enrichment dot Webpack. Like, I think that's looking pretty good. Right, chat? You can even do something like let open package JSON in. And then whatever. I don't care about doing that for now. Can actually do this and come down to here, and then we can say delete find there. Yeah. We can also do this, and we can do that. That looks pretty good, chat. So now we have our compile, we have our like package JSON, right? And now we can turn it into actual JSON. So what is the next thing we do down here? We get our template file, which I think, let's open our file system module. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. I shouldn't have deleted. So we need to read the template name. So let's say, we'll just break this down to a smaller function, compile package JSON, and this will take a configuration. Actually, we'll just yank around there, do word, replace that equals that, and then we're going to, say, yeah, we can copy all of this actually, and we can throw that there, and let's just say this will be a unit for now. This will be unused, that's fine. Return a unit there. So we have our package JSON, it's enriched, and now we want to get the contents of our template. Template contents equals fs.read template, and it'll be the dir, yep, and we can get rid of that because this will pay package json.name. So now we have, this will have to be okay. So we have our template contents, that should be a string, good. Then we say let template, yep. This is looking good. And then we'll say let compiled. Let's go, chat. This is exactly what we want. And then we write it back. Where's our write? It takes a dir, file name, compiled contents. What does this return? A result. So we'll say at that. In fact, we can just return this straight up. So that should compile our package JSON. Didn't we already write a bunch of this? Doesn't it have a compile function in it? Yeah, it does. See? Damn it. I thought we were rewriting some stuff. So we just take this and we delete all this, and then we say package json.compile. Yeah, we do that. And when we compile all, let's see if this even works. We'll just say compile package JSON configuration. Okay. And we can go back to our scaffold. Are we having build? I mean, we're building. Welcome to Streaming Chat, Turing Tester. Appreciate you hanging out. We're getting ready to test if our templating system works. Let's see if we can first try it, chat. So let's do a, let's go to our, let's remove -rf from foobar. So this isn't gonna compile our Doom project now. That will still be a template file, but it should compile our handlebars template package.json with Webpack dependencies in it. So let's try it. Create melange app foobar. Let's say we're gonna use Webpack. No. Compiling template complete. All right, good. Made foobar. And let's do a list in here. We didn't clean up the template. It should have deleted package.json.template. Listen, this isn't like pop punk. This is not what I would consider pop punk. What I would consider pop punk, we'll play real pop punk. One of my favorite bands of all time, Set Your Goals. And which, To Be Continued, is probably my favorite song by them. I wrote it long ago and never wrote it all. This is like, I don't know, it's like Machine Gun Kelly. I don't want to call Machine Gun Kelly pop punk. Even though I like listening to his music, like, it feels bad to call that pop punk. Maybe that's me just being a boomer and a gatekeeper. I don't know. All right, so our enrichment did not work. Daniel. So that tells me that our there's a couple things that could have went wrong here. The first is, let's try logging out what our actual JSON looks like. So at this point, this should be a string. So let's just say js.log, and we'll just say JSON, and we'll just say here dog, and then we'll add that. This needs to be at. So let's try this again. Let's change directory up, remove -rf foobar, create melange app. We want Webpack. No. Cat foobar package.json. Oh, we didn't even see the error happen. Or we didn't see that console log occur. Maybe we just raise an error. Raise. Is that like a thing? How do I make an exception? Not found. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do percent mel.raw, and we'll say throw new error here dog plus JSON, and this is going to need to be that and get rid of that. Yeah, I don't care. That's fine.
Functions describe
What's wrong
the
with this?
world.
There we go. All right, so let's go. Let me catch up on chat. Thank you for the resubscription, Ninja. Super appreciate you. Ninja, do you know set your goals? Turing Tester asked what happened with Reason/Rescript. Is Melange the way to go now for Reason front-end apps? So this is more complicated than it needs to be. A couple years ago, there was a project called BuckleScript. BuckleScript compile Reason to JavaScript. BuckleScript had some opinions of its own as a project, and they rebranded to Rescript, and they branched off from the OCaml ecosystem, or they decoupled themselves from the OCaml ecosystem and toolchain. So BuckleScript became Rescript, and they're their own thing now. Like Rescript is its own language with own tooling. Melange is kind of the reincarnation of what BuckleScript originally was, and is a fork of it to stay in the OCaml and Reason ecosystem. Let's go look at our, well, actually, let's just try to run this. Create Melange app foobar. Unexpected throw. I guess let's just go look at the JavaScript and we can edit it ourselves. So we init, template, format, sure. Here's the compiled JavaScript, y'all. I think this is pretty freaking cool. So let's get rid of these brackets, because I don't know what's going on there. And we just want to throw. So now let's go back over here and we do that. And we'll say we want to run with Webpack, no, no, clear. Here we go. There we go. We have what we would expect. So that's good. So this tells me Handlebars is having some difficulties. Wow, Grandpa, seems like OCaml devs have been through a lot. Shake my head. So let's go back and like just make a temporary JSON file. Temp.json, write that, go in here, paste that in, format that. That looks pretty good, y'all. That's like what we're going for. We just need, our template must be wrong. Sunrise is source for me to keep. Yeah, I know. It's just we're only doing Webpack first because the Melange team has like a working template for it. We're gonna end up adding Vite, and then we're gonna write a Vite plugin, and it's gonna be super fun because we're gonna wire up to the Dune RPC server and probably do some like socket programming. I do like Bayside. So I'm inclined to think browsers getting gRPC support, I highly doubt that will ever happen. And I think that because I really don't think super highly of the teams at Apple, Google, and Firefox that manage browser. I don't think the groups responsible for managing the platform manage the platform in a way that is conductive with modern web development. So here's our package JSON. All right, let's see if we can get ChatGPT to help us here. Can you help me fix this handlebars template? Here's the template. Here is the JSON we're passing to the template. Won't your VODs get muted because of the music later? I have my music on a different track in OBS, so my music doesn't get added to my VODs. I don't think that's right, chat. So it's telling me I have a typo, which is up my alley. Scripts, all right, scripts. We might have to try this from the command line. So let's Dune build. And then let's go back over here and run create melange app foobar. Oh, right, we still have that throw error in there. So let's go to templates and delete that. Whoops, that's in the JS. Source, whoops. Init template.ml, and we get rid of that. And let's Doom build. Create melange app foobar, webpack, sure, clear the K, foobar, and let's cat package JSON. Why? We've already verified. How do we debug this? OSK, I'm just going to call you OSK for now. Our package JSON is just one of our template files. We have a couple other templates that aren't JSON, so we're just treating them all using handlebars. Can we use handlebars from the CLI? Handlebars CLI. Oscar Allen. Got it. Okay. Let me make a note to myself. Oscar. Okay, all right, I see what we're gonna do here. So let's jump to our, we in this one, let's reset here. Let's make this full screen. Let's copy into create melange app. Actually, no, what do we wanna do? Let's go to create melange app and we wanna go down into source, templates, change directory into base, and we want to copy temp.json to here. So now we should have that, yeah, so we should be able to say bunx HBS, and we should be able to say all right, so dash dash template. So we'll say dash D, and that will be temp.json. Then we say dash dash, and it'll be package.json.template. Could not determine executable to run. Okay, do I just do HBS CLI? Glob is not a function. Let's try npx. Great. How can we debug this quick? Well, it looks like I'm actually doing this wrong. So let's say npx HBS CLI, and we'll say package that, and then dash dash data. Oh, it's a file glob. That's what's wrong. I can just paste in my, I can do like, right, okay, hold on. Cat temp.json, pipe that into pb copy, and then we say npx HBS CLI, and we'll say dash dash data. We'll paste that there. If I could paste. Cat. Okay, that didn't do anything. Is there nothing in temp.json? What the frack? Edit anyway? No. Oh, we must have this open over here and not saved. Maybe? All right, it's written. So let's do that copy again. And now let's cat it. There we go. So let's say cat pb copy. That should be there. Perfect. So now we can say npx npx hbs CLI, and we'll say package JSON that data, paste that there, parse error, awesome. We should just use glob syntax. It's going to be easier. We have a temp.json. Shouldn't that match? Shouldn't that work, chat? Package -- data, and we'll say it's going to be temp.json. Glob is not a function. All right, escape JSON online. We're gonna get this working quick. I'm gonna have to wrap up in a second, but let's copy that and try one more time here. Okay, glob is still not a stupid. This is stupid. Does handlebars have a playground? Handlebars playground. Yeah, okay. Good Lord. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, I don't need a partial. Our input will be, we'll say cat that. What? 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 Why? Ugh, tragic. All right, let's check a few last things here before we wrap up. Let's make sure that we can close that. Oh, I'm an idiot. Dumb. Let's go to bin back in. We'll go to source, and we want to go to build source, and let's look at the JavaScript.
Functions describe the world.
So we say to JSON. So let's say here console.log, and we'll say here let's see if we can even get that. And now let's go to CMA, create melange app, foobar, webpack, no, clear. So that doesn't log out at all. Is this the place we're gonna have to throw? I think we already validated that, like, this is fine though, right? We just say process.standardout.write. Is that how you do it? Okay, I don't know how to actually get output here without throwing. So let's just throw new error, and we'll say here plus, yeah, call that, and again, let's run through this. Webpack, sure, clear. We get what we would expect. Okay, where's the next place? We want to come in here and we want to log the contents, right? Let's say we throw new error and we'll say contents. No. Yes, that's what we want. All right, now let's see what happens now. Go back over, do the same thing. Webpack, yes, clear. Okay, so that's looking good. Template becomes that. Let's paste this. This will be compiled contents. Webpack, yes, clear. Okay. So that's wrong. That's where we know we're going wrong. I'm guessing this is, if we call it with template JSON, if we do that, does it work? Still no. What the frack? So we just compile the template. Let's delete to there. This should be a function. One last thing to try before I wrap up for the day, chat. One last thing. I kind of suspect this might work. Equals, I mean, we could try that. That would be the easier way. Let's say JSON.that. I bet that's going to be it. I bet that's going to work. Yep. There we go. We can't just pass JSON in. We have to pass the object in. Okay. That's a good place to leave off. We know where to pick up tomorrow. But we basically have our like templating engine working now. We know we have a good we have a good pattern for creating templates and enriching them and writing them. So the rest of our MVP or 0.0.1 release is going to be adding our Webpack template, adding a Vite template, fixing up our styling and the UX of like the actual wizard, and then yeah, we could potentially release like a beta release of this by end of week easily, I think. Yeah, we're getting close, chat. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's go to twitch.tv. Is Prime gonna do Advent of Code, or is he just doing reviews today? I don't know. We raided him recently though, so let's go raid Raimu. Yeah, let's raid Raimu. Thank you for all my new followers. I stream every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, we're going to keep working on creating Melange app. Let's go show Raimu some love, y'all. Have a lovely Monday.